What's up, Porsche fanatics? Will here with Rennthusiast, my YouTube channel centering on air-cooled Porsche 911 ownership experience. And this week's video is going to be a little bit rough. I didn't have time to kind of set up my studio and my lights, and my mics also failed on me, so I hope you'll forgive this iPhone footage. I work hard to publish weekly, and sometimes I've just got to do what I got to do in order to accomplish that goal for you guys. In this week's video, I'm going to take you through some problems that recently came up with my 1986 Porsche 911 on a backroads drive that I just did. You know, unfortunately, sometimes we jinx ourselves. So I was just bragging to you guys just how bulletproof this 3.2 has been. And unfortunately, that's just not the case currently. So I'll get into that in a minute. I'm also gonna take you through some parts that I have recently sourced. Surprise, surprise, I've decided to make some changes to a couple of my cars, and just looking at the volume of boxes around my garage, I wonder if I haven't bitten off more than I can chew. So I don't know, we'll see about that. Before I jump into the content though, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. I give viewers a sense and a feel for what it's like to live with, own, financially support, love, and sometimes hate these classic Porsche 911s. And I say hate only because they can be a little bit frustrating and a little bit expensive to keep going. I'd also like to invite you to go check out my Facebook group, Rennthusiast Air-Cooled Porsche Fans. I am very excited by the traction that group has gotten. There's a lot of interaction in there, and guys are answering each other's questions and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, go check it out. Again, Rennthusiast Air-Cooled Porsche Fans. So now let me first take you through the problems with the 86, then I'll take you through the mods, and then we'll wrap up. Okay, let's start with the problems I'm currently having with this 1986 Porsche 911. I kind of feel like I might have jinxed myself because the last video that I did, it was on the cost of ownership, the total cost of ownership for this car. I was kind of bragging about how trouble-free it's been. But a little background on what's going on with it right now. First of all, I just got back from 2 days of really blasting back roads in this car, pushing it hard, and obviously if you beat on something, you run the risk of potentially breaking something. So had 2 days up in the hills, a really good time with friends. Actually, it was pretty funny too. We stopped by a local speedway just to kind of take a peek at it. And the guy who worked there said, hey, take some laps. And so that was interesting, an interesting experience to say the least. But over the course of the 2 days, I was able to collect some new patina on the front of the car. Had a lot of stones flying up at me. And I also managed to break something in my Wevo shifter kit. So the Wevo has been a little bit of a pain in the neck. If you are familiar with the 915 transmission, you know that the Wevo Classic is a way to clean up the shift action on the car. It has kind of modernized the feel of the shift action, but by the same token, it's been a little bit of a pain in the neck to keep adjusted correctly. So at some point over the course of the weekend, something in the Wevo let loose and the shifting just didn't feel right. It was hard to find the gears, and it was just kind of a pain in the neck to drive the car the way I wanted it to drive. But thankfully, I got home in it, and I still had a lot of fun in the car, but now I've got to get that repaired. The car is also leaking oil around the drain plug. I know, guys, that these cars leak oil, so no need to correct me in the comments there. This is definitely just a failing gasket around the drain plug, so I got to get that fixed. The throttle cable has begun to stick a little bit. It needs to be greased. That happened to me about a year ago, and so it's just time to do that. And so, yeah, just some odds and ends. Also, the clutch has begun to make a little bit of noise. It could be that that's just normal, and maybe I'm being a little bit paranoid. So that's the not so fun stuff. I am actually giving thought to putting the factory shift kit back on the car. Of course, I still have the parts, and I'm kind of sick of fiddling around with the Wevo. Would love to hear your thoughts on that. If you're familiar with the 915, would you go back to stock, or would you leave the Wevo on and just keep fighting with it? Tell me in the comments. So now, we'll talk about the fun stuff. I am going to be putting a set of Recaro seats, Recaro Experts, in this 86. I am just getting a little bit itchy with this car. I'm going to do a different video on this topic, but I will just give you a sneak peek and tell you that I'm giving thought to making some pretty substantial changes to the car. And, I'll share with you my thought process and why I'm debating it and whether or not I want to do it. But, the Recaros are an easy thing to put in and take back out. So I went ahead and snagged a set of those. And then I also picked up a set of Group 4 wheels. I think that's going to transform the look of the car too, and that's, again, a very easily reversible change. I love these 17-inch Euromeisters. I will keep them. I will not sell them, so please don't ask me in the comments if I'll sell them. I won't. But it's nice just to make some changes. So that's what's going on with the 86. Can't complain. 3.2 platform. The G-body platform is awesome. Had so much fun in the car. But yeah, I mean, when you push them, things tend to break. I don't know what's going on with that Wevo, man. It's painful. It pisses me off, to be honest with you. Okay, second topic is the volume of boxes that are sitting here. I already touched on one, which is that Recaro. These two are for the 86. Now, you may be asking yourself, why do you have 4 Recaro boxes? Well, I have decided to put a set of Recaro Sportsters in my 993. If you have been around the channel, then you know I don't know, maybe it's been about 6 months now, but I completed a fairly extensive Outlaw build on this 993. And I am pretty happy with the interior and how everything turned out, but I am itching to try those seats, and so I think I'm going to give that a whirl. I also sourced some black door cards, so I think I'm going to tweak this out a little bit, put new seats in, maybe return the door cards to stock. But yeah, if you have any opinions on that, would love to hear them. I know some of you guys love the plaid in this car. I know some of you guys hate the plaid in this car. So, what do you think about going back stock on the door cards and going with those Recaro Sportsters? Tell me in the comments. All right, wheels. I'm a wheel guy. I'm a wheel addict. I don't know if you can see these down there, but that should show you. So 18-inch RUF wheels for this 964. I have been warned by some guys that these 18-inch wheels, which don't have lips on them, they have flat faces, that they may appear to be too large for the car. I've seen pictures of an Amazon green with these 18s on it, and I felt like it looked really, really good. So, we'll see. They are heavy, but my intent for this 964, yes, I will drive it, but I doubt I'm going to be doing back roads ripping in it. This is a different conversation for a different day, but the values on these cars have gotten so high that yes, I have good stated value insurance on it, but I just have a problem putting at risk something this nice on back roads. So anyway, the point I'm trying to make to you here is that these 18s are going to improve the look of the car. I don't know that they're necessarily going to improve the handling. These two guys here are my back roads blasters. So yeah, that's what's going on there. I also picked up a Carrera 2 Decklid emblem for this 964. The car has factory emblem delete as indicated on the window sticker. So that is how it came. I'm going to put Carrera 2 on there. And, again, it's something that can be reversed pretty easily. But would love to hear your thoughts there. I know some of you guys out there are like, hey, look, if that's how it came from the factory, leave it alone. And I think there are others of you out there who are like, hey, make it your own. So tell me in the comments what you think about that. So look, I am sorry again that this video is not as finished or as put together as the usual videos, but hey, look, I wanted to publish this week and this is what's going on with the cars, and my commitment to you guys is to give you a sense and a feel for what that is. So yeah, that's where we are. I will obviously let you guys know how all of this stuff unfolds in future videos.